mic was off.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that
this is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Such a fun opening to the game there. Give me just a second. Fix my chat window.
But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
And we're thrown into the night as a newly made vampire. That said, we do have a bit of a prologue to play through.
What a scene, man! Hoo-wee! The
then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, this is probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say? I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out? All right. Why don't we, step out back here? Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know? Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet? Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Ah, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne. Blood's your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time. Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car. All right. You go down there, casual-like. You creep up on him. You bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already. Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
Alright. Now, I've played this many times, but truth be told, it's been a little while, so I gotta remember the controls. Specifically, what pulls me out to third person. There we go. Okay, and then we find the guy by the car over here.
Feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there. Alright now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain. Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club. Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A steak? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it? Okay, now. The fuck is this? Get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up with them.
Alright. The controls are so wonky and it's been a little while. There we go. Grab our lockpick.
Come
Beat up the
down
jack
here.
again.
Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat? They're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright? The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince. No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with. Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away. Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
Alright, so I like this because it actually kind of shows how varied some of the options you have are.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you? Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect. It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning. Keep our secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you. That party back there with the guy in the suit and the Magilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one. Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions. Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little, and you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings. You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
Alright, so from here, got a couple different ways to do this, but the easiest way is to just read this note, because that has the password. And then, you actually have to type this stuff in, which is pretty funny. Which lets us unlock the safe, which has the key.
There we go. Now take that keycard and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside. Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do. Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD kid? Ooh, that's good stuff. Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have. An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you. The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences. I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact. The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line. All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Some of the audio in this game is all over the place. Like, some of it's really good, like the voice acting, and then some of the audio cues are just really off. Like some of that submachine gun fire, for instance.
Not quite as good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing. Well, give it a try.
Feeding off of a rat. That's super gross. Press the wrong button.
You rat sucker. Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing. Keep it down. Got someone around the way here. Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past. The building across from us with the garage door, there's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows, and don't let him see you. All right, go.
All right, hold on, I gotta rebind that. Thought I had, but apparently not. I want the... Oh, come on. Just use Alt, I guess. I don't know why I won't take that one for some reason, but oh well. Stealth in this game is pretty notoriously all over the place. starts walking that way once you get to a certain point. There we go.
Keep it quiet. They're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry. He's probably greener than you. The Sabbat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire. Now, he's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery. He is a vampire, so be ready. Go get him.
Alright. Our Protean power. And get hit in the head with a crowbar apparently. There we go.
That's that. Sounds like you got another pack moving in, though. The Sabbat are going all out. You better head underground, avoid stray bullets. Go get the tire iron that shovelhead dropped. He ain't gonna need it. Alright, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
Stop! You! Just stay back. Keep your distance.
This guy's part of restored
Now,
content.
who the hell are you? You involved in all this? Because I'm gonna radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
Which is why the voice acting is significantly worse, but they like to color code some of your options here. We should be pretty much good with everything, I think.
Look, I'm making $8.50 an hour watching Karl. Yeah, okay.
And this guy dies almost immediately. Which we lose humanity for, but still pretty fun.
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
Alright, this is where it walks you through how to use your powers.
No need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way. Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
Want me to do it without being seen, but I gotta target the guy first. There we go. That'll distract him and he can just breathe. That one always makes me laugh because it's a pretty small room. It's like, what did you...
Fucking you.
Not like you wouldn't have seen that.
Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood. They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it'll take down a human. Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose... Well... Yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out. Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's...
Alright, so we have no points in firearms, so... a little wonky. So bad with these. If you actually put points in guns, it's not too bad, but otherwise it's pretty terrible. Oh, there it is.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night. Until the next night, when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on, and so on, and so on. Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity. Oh, boy. Oh, I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but... ah, hell, you'll figure it all out. If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Alright, and then that is the little tutorial over. We start the game proper. Also gain some experience points to spend. One second, guys. Okay, so something I like about this game is how all of the experience stuff is just like single digit stuff for the most part, which makes life a lot easier. Now our 2 XP, I really don't think we have anything we necessarily want for that. Everything good costs a bit more. We'll carry on for the time being. Then we get dumped in our little apartment. This gives the password for our computer here. And that is from Mercuria, who's who we're supposed to meet. Gives us some money. And there's this note, which is from the Tremere Regent, which is one of the clans. Kind of just an ominous, come find me kind of thing. And it's really funny that you can get like spam emails from this. Like that one, for instance. And this one's from Mercurio, which tells us where to go find him. And then there's this cryptic one here. That is it. I don't remember. Yeah, there's some blood bags in the fridge, which is basically health packs. You can actually turn on the radio too, which is like their own little in-universe talk show thing, which is always pretty cool. And then these are all part of quests later, but if you want to, you can go ahead and lockpick your neighbor's stuff. That said, it requires a 5, and I don't, even with blood buff, I don't think you might be able to do it then. Yeah, nice. Not that there's much in here, because this is for like a quest later, but I just think it's kind of fun. You can just immediately start breaking into people's houses. And there's a serial killer on the loose. And then there is our mailbox, which comes up a bit later. We step out into the streets of Santa Monica.
You got some change, mister? Asshole!
About the right start. You can enter the sewers as well, through the sewer grates, which is mostly for Nosferatu and a couple quests here and there, but otherwise, that is it. And you're just about free to explore after that, though it does kind of point you towards that guy who was crawling up in here, which turns out to be Mercurio, as we find out here very shortly.
Those mothers ripped me off. I'm dying here. Yeah. You looking for the astrolite? I can feel a draft on my fucking insides. They shanked me, the bastards. The blood ain't working no more. My head, it feels cracked. I think my eyes popped. What? No. I got a record back east. I'm heat bait. Don't touch that phone. No goddamn cops. I went... What is this lump? Is this my rib? Oh, holy shit. My rib is poking through my side? Oh, I'm all numb. You gotta look and tell me. Goddamn chemist. Can't trust any operators in L.A. I verified him. Organization seem reliable. Guy mixes up speed. His crew sells it. Occasionally does explosives. I set up a drop. I show up at the beach with the money, right? 4 of his guys, they come out of nowhere. Junky pricks hit me with a bat. It feels like I got a friggin' horse kicking it. I never should have gone alone. Amateur move. I should have handled those pricks. Goddamn dirty Cali rat bastards. Those cocksuckers beat me rotten, left me for a stiff. I had to crawl to my car, crawl my ass up here. The vamp blood's the only thing holding me together. But shit, they got the money, they got the astrolite.
Alright.
Those small-time sons of bitches live out in a dump on the beach. 4 or 5 of them. And one's got the explosives is Dennis. Got my money too, that prick. You gotta get it back from him. Maybe reason with him, maybe break in. I don't know. I want to kill him. Do whatever you people do. I blew it, I know. One more thing. About the deal. I mean it. You tell anyone about this, I'm dead. I'm begging you. I got a way of getting people what they need. You don't say anything, I can help you out.
Alright, and that gives us our first, like, proper story mission, and we're also free to just kind of run around Santa Monica. There's a lot to do around here. Now, if we want to go do that immediately, we can just head towards the beach, which, as you can see there, is that way. But we're going to run around a little first. Specifically, we're going to go over to the hospital. There's also a nightclub. The diner. There it is. Oh yeah, I walked one street over. Whoops. Forgot it was just right here.
Need something, pal?
That's Knox. He comes up a bit later.
Excuse me? No.
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen. Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen.
Oh, is it not giving me the...
It's the hops, bro.
Did you hear me?
There it is.
Take a seat. The doctor will get to you when he can.
No, there's normally a persuasion option, just walk around her, so I guess we'll have to take the back door in here later. But you can steal some meds for Mercurio, which helps him out, and then there's also a couple other things you can do in the hospital. We'll head around. The blood bank's downstairs, but the hospital's just right here. You do have to be a little careful though, because there are cops up here, and they're not wild about you being in here. You get into the crates. You want to turn those cameras off as quick as you can. They'll catch you as well, because there's security cameras in this game. I think this one, if my memory serves. That's the door. Try using hacking. I don't remember offhand what it is. And we don't have the password. Thought my hacking would be good enough, because normally it's pretty low here. I can get up there. Yeah. You gotta be careful with those cameras. Looks like we'll head to the second floor, because I don't think I have anything that can really do much for us right here. Okay. For the most part, you're fine on this level, but still don't like you poking your nose around. There's a skill book. Which we might have to use here, but I think... no, we're good. We actually have enough to get behind that one, just by hacking it. And sometimes you can find passwords and stuff by looking through people's emails. As well as just interesting stuff, really. But you do actually have to like type it all out, which can be kind of tedious after a while. But yeah, so
Please, get a doctor.
Heather here could become your ghoul if you give her
My insides. It hurts so bad.
vampire blood.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to have to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions. See here now, I'm the only physician here at the moment. We got twice as many people as usual waiting for treatment. I'll look at her as soon as possible. Try to talk to her, keep her awake. I've got a man in there with a bullet in his head. My nurse paged Dr. Roberts a half hour ago. He'll be here any time. Till then, stay with your friend and make sure she doesn't go into shock. I must go. Sir, can you hear me?
Busy night at the hospital.
Can someone...
I think mine might be low humanity that's not letting me do it, to be honest. But we'll go to the beach just to do something a little more exciting. Since it doesn't look like it's going to let me do this stuff in there at the moment. Not till we get a little more experience anyway. But can always go do the stuff on the beach, because that's actually not too bad at all. Could use a little more blood, but we'll get there.
I've seen a lot of shocking things in my time on the force, but that pier, that's the kind of thing that makes you lose your faith in humanity.
I gotta say, it's the...
Okay. And here's where we can meet a few of the Thin Bloods, which aren't a clan per se, but a type of
Up
vampire.
there, through that chain link gate and up those stairs. Those men you are looking for. Never mind. You wouldn't understand.
But before we go do that, I'm gonna go up here. You can see that wolf run off, which turns out to be somewhat plot relevant later. But up here, we can find one of the serial killer victims. Just kind of strung up there. Pretty morbid.
Closed crime scene.
Didn't really do much with it, but interesting nonetheless. And then pick that up. There's some stuff you can find around here to trick one of the Thin Bloods into giving you money and or getting him killed.
Evening. I don't know. Talk to E. Guy without a shirt.
Do you know who the head vampire is? If the head vampire dies, we all become human again, right? Oh. But, how about blood transfusions? If I get a full blood transfusion, I can become human again, right? What? Oh, no. There's nothing I can do?
Nice. So yeah, depending on your stats, he'll have some extra options for you as well.
It's like I've told you types about 1,000 times now. We know we can't hunt round here, all right? We're minding our own business. No reason to hassle the weaklings. Now, you should try up there, through that chain link gate. A couple of real nasty-looking bloods come out there a couple of times a night. You mean you ain't here to run us off? We're getting pretty sick of it.
Someone's sighting domain, or in the worst cases, hunting us for sport. Dunno. We all seem to have come down with the same disease. Oh, hell, who am I kidding? We're a bad horror show, alright? We seem to be the runts, the mistakes. You types call us thin bloods. I say we're all equally screwed. Clan? See, I've heard all that before, and I still don't know what the hell anyone's talking about. I'd like to know just what I've become. We'd all like to know just what the hell kind of devil's contract we've apparently signed. I'd just come to town for the surf tourney. Seems like years ago, but it's, well, been about 6 months now. Every night during the finals, I used to hit the local diner after the beach parties fizzled out in the AM. That's where I met her. She had a natural beauty. Not like all the plastic dolls littering the sand. Her name was Lily. I remember introducing myself, the way she seemed grateful for the company. Well, a few nights after our meeting, we were on the beach alone, and she tried to tell me what she was, but I didn't understand, and so she showed me. I was furious with her when I took it all in. I cursed her and left, never really knowing what I was. Well, I realise now how she must have felt. Clinically, yes. But honestly, I don't know. I suppose I'd have moved on by now if I didn't think she'd show up one of these nights. There's a lot I've got left to say to her.
Oh,
I hope you
we
have
can
better
look
luck
into
than I
that.
did. No one's been particularly friendly to me in this city. The only reason we're in Santa Monica is because we haven't been chased out yet. That's what Lily tried to tell me. But what I don't understand are the rules, and the terms, and the reasons some of them are at our throats claiming we're harbingers of the apocalypse. Aye, most of them just recently arrived in LA. Got chased off by the Sabbath or some such thing from their home cities. They're more in the dark than I am. They're a good bunch, but...
Alright, then we can investigate Lily's disappearance, but we're headed up the stairs here. If I can get up the stairs. We'll probably just wind up having to kill this guy.
Oh, really? Call ahead? The man expecting you? Because he didn't tell me to expect anybody. Nice try, prick. Now get the fuck out of here before I use your head for batting practice.
Yeah, we don't really have the skills to persuade anybody. But you can either sneak in or just kill him, and we're going to wind up killing him, so... Now, that will tip off everybody inside, which just kind of turns it into a bit of a fight, as you might imagine. But we can go full vampire here. I think this game shows the most age when you come to the combat. That'll heal us and give us our blood back. And not done yet. Blew up their little lab then. Alright, I believe... With everybody. Kind of throw the place to shreds while we're at it, but... Iron... I think it's mostly just stuff we already had, but... If you come in here... Got a little stuck on the geometry there. Alright, then if you come over here, you can find Mercurio's money. And we can and pick up the astrolite, which is what we came here for. There's actually a ton of different ways to do this. You can sneak in here, you can talk to that guy and get him to come, like just let you in. But we don't have the stats to do all that. You can flip this switch and turn the power off. You can try to sneak by the dog over there. I like that mission a lot just because there's a lot of, like, it's really simple and straightforward and there's just a lot of ways you can approach it. But, got our astrolite, and where are the stairs? Oh, there it is. Is that done? And then... Alright, we gotta talk to Mercurio. Which, if I remember correctly, if we ask him about being a ghoul, that should give us the ability to know to give Heather in the hospital blood. I believe that's the prerequisite for that one. But we just gotta walk back over here.
Yeah? Did you waste those sons of bitches? Good. Great. Hope it was painful. You're a lifesaver. You need to make someplace disappear. A warehouse. Looks to be a Sabbat interest. There's a guy. I never met him, but I heard a lot about him. His name is Tongue. Bertram Tongue. He's one of you types. If there's anyone who knows more than me about this city, it's him. Unfortunately, Tongue's hiding out at the moment. Tongue's laying low because of Therese. Therese Vorman, you know her? Anyway, word is Therese and Tongue are feuding. I don't know the details. My take's that Tongue thinks he's about to get whacked, so he's gone underground till Therese calls it off. If you want to put that warehouse into orbit anytime soon, you're gonna have to get Therese to call off the feud. She and her sister Jeanette, they run the asylum. Some freaky customers frequent that place. I try not to do business there. She's the woman around here.
So Jeanette and Therese are like the head vampires for Santa Monica.
Who exactly?
We can ask about all this.
Therese.
We can ask about the blood.
Right. You're straight off the bus. Once a month I get fed vampire blood.
That should let us go help Heather, I believe.
Who exactly? I don't know him myself.
Alright, and then we can go do that. Then we get the rest of like the first act here, which is to go solve Jeanette and Therese's thing. Which eventually leads you to Bertram, which then leads you to the warehouse, which is where you need to be, as he just explained. He looks so ridiculous in this cutscene.
You...
Alright, then don't say anything or she freaks out.
You...
Yeah, if you tell her you're a vampire, she like wigs out and calls the guards down on you. But, there's that done. Should have enough experience to level up something now, yeah. A little shy on Protean, but... Let's level up. Computer, 'cause it's cheap. Leaves us with 5. We'll add a point to fortitude, which makes us tankier. Alright. I like that they have like menu music, but the way it like just hard cuts off when you navigate away from the menu is really weird. Alright, and then we can look into Lily, because that's a pretty cool quest. There's also drugs for Mercurio in the hospital there if you want to help him out. Takes a little doing getting up there, though, because of all the guards on the 3rd floor. But to find Lily, we have to first go to the diner, because E said...
Hey, need a date?
That is where he used to meet her at. And then the first time you walk in here, you can meet this guy, which is important later.
Something I can help you with. I don't see how that's.
And you might notice he has fangs.
Goodbye, then.
Not that you can do much right now, but he comes up later in the story if you play pretty late into the game. It's just cool that you can meet him right here. Then we can ask this woman about Lily.
What'll it be? Is that a trick question? Pale girls. Like the Fitzsimmons albino. Yeah, she hasn't been in here in ages. Thin blood. Sounds familiar. Is that one of those tropical diseases? Let me think. Oh yeah, about 4 dozen a week. Oh, that girl. Nice girl. First decent human being I've seen in here for years. Not like all the junkies and crazies I normally see. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, weird. She left a tip, but she didn't order a thing. Yeah, she looked so hungry, too. Just sat there all night with a full glass of water in front of her, talking about this and that. She seemed lonely, a little scared, so I let her stay in the booth until we closed.
Alright, and then she'll give you Lily's stuff, which is this picture. First, I think that's it. And the bail bond, that's right. And then you head back to the bail bond where you can pick up another quest, but also look into the bail bond, which offhand, I think you have to search the, Rolf Toten. So you'll search that name in the bail bond computer and get more information. And the bail bondsman is over here. Right. And naturally, we have our Doomsayer, because the end is near.
Redemption cannot be bought and sold. There is no mercy.
Hello, I don't care. I need to find him so he can find him. It's 250 grand of my money on the line here. Look, I'll talk to you later.
So,
Let me know
all you
if
gotta do is search this into R.
The only girl who will spend the night with you and leave first thing in the morning, guaranteed.
Oh, whoops.
Well, looks like the boards are loading up.
Another
Another
rather.
popular one. Let's
Toten,
see. Eeny, meeny, miny,
R.
who will be the lucky?
There we go, there's that.
Caller, you've got the first shot at Deb tonight. So,
We can talk
Hello
to
there.
Arthur here.
Welcome to Kilpatrick 24-hour bail bonds. My name's Arthur Kilpatrick. How can I help you? Yep, sure do. I'm a third-generation bondsman. Got a few employees, but I handle most every aspect of the business. I gotta have a few other bondsmen to keep the place open 24 hours, plus a bounty hunter. I pull the graveyard shift because that's when all the crazy shit happens in Santa Monica. You betcha. I used to do some bounty hunting myself back in the day. Takes a solid set of brass balls to make a good bounty hunter, I'll tell you that much.
Alright, and then we can ask about the current one.
Damn good. His name's Carson, and he's great at what he does when he wants to do it. I can't seem to find him now, though. He's pissing me off, to be honest. I need him to go find someone.
And we can offer to find them.
Well, I don't feel right cutting Carson loose just yet. We go way back. I knew his father, too. Tell you what, since I'm stuck here, why don't you go look for him? Just real quick. I'll pay you for your time.
You've got our undivided attention.
Great, great. I suppose the first place you should look is his apartment in Santa Monica Suites. Apartment 1,
Alright, so he gives us a key card to go check out Carson's apartment, which is where we can look for him. But first we're gonna do Lily's thing. So from the crime computer, you could find out that he had a car parked over in the car park with that particular license plate, which makes it pretty easy to find.
True face to the judge of souls. Redemption cannot every second takes us closer to the time of...
It's a relatively small area too, and you know, there's literally a car park here, so kind of gives you a pretty good place to look. And it just so happens to be right here, as you can see. And if we search that, we can find Lily's journal. And then we can hear that the last place she was seen was the blood bank. I haven't done this yet, but you can actually buy blood from the blood bank because they act as like healing potions. They do it kind of like an on the side, under the table kind of thing. And Lily got herself into a little bit of a trouble with that particular thing.
You next up for the needle? Hmm? Your donation could save a life, you know. Oh, but isn't it a little late for altruism? I don't think you're here to give blood at all. I don't buy it, Jack. I bet you're here to take blood. Am I right? Right down to business. None of this pretend I don't drink blood shit. Very refreshing to find a decisive customer. I respect that. So, what'll it be? Employees only. Them's the rules of the queen bitch herself.
So,
now serving.
Again, we don't have the stats to persuade the guy,
No.
but
Queen bitch would say no to that.
what we do is lockpicking. We can use to open the door and start investigating. Now, you gotta be careful because there's a doctor around here somewhere, I believe. Yeah, that guy. But if we look into the freezers here, hopefully we can hack this. Yeah, it should be good. We can look for the passcode, which is 1969. This is a thing that comes up later as well. We don't need to go there right now, but we will in just a minute. Can't get in this way and we can't lockpick it. That's the door from the hallway. And then over here we find the freezers. Now one of them has this thing, which we can use to put in the code, which opens this door, which leads us to Lily.
I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat. The hot flash in my brain lighting up my body. I can smell it everywhere. Blood.
Because they're using her to get all the blood to sell.
Let me go. It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's calling. Never felt like this before. anymore. Let me go. I can smell it. I have to have it.
Now.
You don't look well at all.
Oh, sweet mother of God!
It's such a weird cutscene with the terrible graphics, but
The heat. It's never been so satisfying. All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop, and I was sucking on a dry, dead artery. It was euphoric. But I've killed him. I've never killed anyone before. What happened? What came over me?
well, the beast took over.
What is that? Why couldn't I stop myself? Why did it feel so right?
Which is like a primal survival instinct.
No. My name is Lily. E? You know E? How do you know E? I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most. Rolf, my sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed. Rolf wasn't a thin blood, and apparently I am. I don't know why. Rolf abandoned me. His group wouldn't take me in. They said I was a liability. He left me with so many questions, and I did the same thing to E, but I didn't want to leave E. He forced me out of his life. E, I'll go see him. Oh.
Alright, and there's that resolved. Kind of. We have a bit more experience now, but I don't think we can buy anything offhand. Now we could buy dodge or intimidation. I think we'll go intimidation. Alright, then we kind of get forced into this conversation.
Go and let that bitch out. There's one less Phil in the world now. Why'd you have to let her go and eat him, huh? Now I'll never get to do in that bastard myself. Well, you know what? No blood for you. No more!
Okay, so he'll stop selling you blood if you do that. However, you can try to fix that if you want.
Now that you let that one go, I have to go out and find someone else to fill the chair. But it's kind of chilly out, and now that my co-pilot's been devoured, I'm flying solo. I need a new body. Find another donor and I'll whip up a fresh batch. The bitch who owns me and this place runs the asylum. Lots of young, stupid blood there. Not like the putrid, stinking, vagrant blood we so often get. Don't shed any at the club, though. No. The missus, she don't appreciate it.
So there's a few different people you can actually send for that, but the easiest is to just go to the asylum and talk to a few people, which is like the club. Now, if I can stop tripping all over this movable object. We can enter a few different places here. We can't do much in here until we have a quest a little bit later, but there will be a dead guy in here while you're on that quest. Oh, okay, great. Okay, there we go. And then there's a computer in here with something important on it, though offhand I don't remember what it is. Oh, I think it just has the name of that guy. Yeah, it just shows who's all in the morgue. And this takes us to the second level. There's the office key, which is for there, I believe. We're already in there. That guy, okay. So, what does that leave us with? And go talk to E, which will like officially complete that quest. And then we can do the bondsman quest, which is one of my favorites. The search for that bondsman is absolutely, like, it's hilariously dark, and the graphics kind of just make it hilarious, really, but it's a fun one. But we can go talk to E real quick, which completes that one.
Brought my Lily back. She told me all about what happened. I don't know why you helped us, but your blood's worth bottling. I'll never let her go again. We're gonna be getting...
Alright, and there's that one done. 2 XP, but now we'll go do the bondsman quest, which is just absolutely hilarious. Easily one of my favorite in the entire game, actually. So we got the key to his bounty hunter's apartment suite over here, which is in the same place as Mercurio's. And speaking of, we need to talk to Mercurio real quick. Because that'll give us the quest to go get his pain meds from the hospital. Use the key card to enter over here. Grab that key card there for the tattoo parlor. Use our blood buff ability. Oh no, we can't because we're in Elysium too. We can't use our powers here. But there's another skill book.
Check. Is this thing recording? God, I hate these things. Anyway, the McGee case is getting weirder all the time. I found where he's been hiding and I saw some really creepy stuff down there. There was no sign of McGee. I'm gonna follow up on another lead I got too. I updated the files on the computer. This is Carson signing off. Man, that sounds stupid.
Alright, so other than lockpicking that, which I honestly don't remember. I'm pretty sure there's a key for it, but off the top of my head, I don't remember where it is. But that gives us the key and the info to go to the tattoo parlor, which is just across the way over here. Okay, and then we head downstairs. Read this note, which mentions Gimbel's prosthetics. And then the we can call.
Might I speak with... Well, I'm not sure. I had an appointment with him a few days ago, but he never seemed to show up. Do you know when he'll return? Well, Mr. McGee was going to be doing some modeling for me. Medical reference for the work that I do here in the studio. It's a shame, really. The proposition would have been quite lucrative for him. You are? Isn't that a coincidence? Why are you looking for him? Oh, I see. I'd be delighted come down to my office and we'll talk about it. I'm at the end of Main Street, small basement studio. The sign says Gimbel's Prosthetics. Just ring the buzzer and I'll let you in.
And then we head to Gimbel's Prosthetics. Which is down this way. My memory serves, it's over in the corner here. Yeah. Sign there. Ring the buzzer.
May I help you? Oh, right. I'll buzz you in.
Hello! Welcome to Gimbel's Prosthetics and Medical Supplies. You're here about the missing Mr. McGee, am I right? Oh, yes, forgive me. My name is Gimbel. Stanley Gimbel. But, oh, dear, let us dispense with formalities. You can call me Stan. Oh, right. Mr. McGee. Well, as I told you, he was supposed to show up a few days ago for a photography session. Reference for my work, that kind of thing. No, he didn't. Earlier, I had asked him to take a few pictures of himself for my perusal. A sort of resume, you might say. And that was the last I'd heard of him. Carson? No. I don't think so, anyway. Oh, look. I know I've got some information on Mr. McGee back in my files. Do you want me to try and dig it up? Don't mention it. Just wait here a moment, and I'll be right along. Oh, you have such beautiful arms. I absolutely must have them.
He says some weird stuff and walks off. And we're free to explore. By which I mean, of course, follow him. Now this immediately gets a little creepy just by itself, but the guy does technically sell prosthetics, so it might not necessarily be the weirdest thing in the world, considering what he supposedly does. But it is, nonetheless, still pretty creepy, as you can see. But keep going down and down. It gets even more creepy with the bed in here. This gets progressively weirder as you go deeper into the basement. And we come to this room, which has just blood everywhere. Which might tip you off if you hadn't figured it out by now. Something weird is going on. And then we finally make it to this room.
Huh? Oh, hey, help! You gotta get me out of here, man. This guy's a freaking nut job. Who, Gimbel? Yeah, Gimbel. That guy's been taking pieces off of me and McGee over here for the last 3 days. He's crazy, man. Freaking crazy.
It's like the voice acting in this game is so hit or miss. Sometimes it's amazing, like with Jack. And then you get guys like this, and it's like, who did this? But now we're under attack. And you'll notice he has a literal human arm. Oh, we're trying to sneak for some reason.
Thanks, man. You're a lifesaver. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it. I'm telling you, I've been on some weird cases, but this one takes the cake. Yeah, that's me. How did you know? He did? Oh, man, that's solid. I owe that guy big. I hope I can figure out a way to get him back for this. What? Oh, no, man. No. Not for me anymore. Look at my hand. Gimbal took my trigger finger for a trophy. I'm all through with this business. I hate to leave Arthur in a lurch, but that's just the way it is. Thanks again. Don't worry, I'll take care of old Stumpy.
Then we can send back, or head back to Arthur, but we can actually pick up that severed arm and use it as a weapon, which is hilarious to me. Not that you'd want to use that all the time, but I just thought it was funny that it was an option. And I remember when I first stumbled into that when I played this game, and I was like, what in the world is happening? Okay, so you can head back to Arthur, turn that quest in. And he gives us some bounty hunter stuff that carries into like the next act of the game. You can't do all of it right here in Santa Monica until you actually do the stuff with the warehouse. But we can turn this one in for some XP.
Don't touch me.
Gotta run all the way across town for this.
All moneyed with 1,000 lowly suicides.
Hello, LA. You're up way past your bedtime.
Okay.
What's shaking? What? Ain't coming back? What do you mean he ain't coming back? Man, that's a tough one. Bounty hunter ain't no good without his trigger finger. Well, hell, that really leaves me in hot water, boy. Gonna cost old Arthur real good. I got this guy with a sheet a mile long, put in on 3 warrants. His girlfriend put up for the bond, and now he missed the court date. I can't get in touch with either of them. Want a job? Well, it won't be much of a job since you ain't licensed and all, but until I can get me another bounty hunter, I need you to find out if this guy skipped town or what. Great, all right. The guy... That's right. Mary...
Alrighty.
All right.
And that starts the next one for him, anyway. Which leads back to your apartment building, where one of those apartments we could break into earlier kind of gives you a tip that this dude left Santa Monica, and you can't finish that quest until later on. But I think that's where we're gonna leave it for today for just this short Halloween stream. I thought it would be fun to share some Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, as it is one of my favorite games and also kind of fits the Halloween theme perfectly. But I've got some stuff I gotta still do today, such as get tomorrow's video done, on top of the fact that I got some planning for Halloween to do myself, kind of having a little Halloween party for my son, who is, you know, he's like 3, but still. So I've got some stuff to do there. Tomorrow we will be streaming another game for also kind of Halloween themed. It is the prologue to Encased, which is honestly like, I wouldn't say horror exactly, because CRPGs kind of have a hard time with horror in general, but it is nonetheless very creepy, and I thought it would fit the theme of Halloween perfectly, since that's a bit of a newer game as well. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. May you wander in wisdom, and have an amazing day.